Hello and welcome to episode 9 of our Corvuria campaign. In the last episode, we continued to take a little bit of money out of Eskin, okay? They were just sitting there, chilling out, and they just had money in their coffers, and they weren't spending it, which means clearly they didn't want it bad enough. So we went and we beat them up, and we took their money, and we have used that to kind of build ourselves up and make sure that we are looking good. We also ended up flipping Coronite, so we are in the process of currently converting all of our lands, and once all of our land is converted, hopefully, then, if things go well, the Centers of Reformation will start targeting the Empire of Anbennar. Now, they are in a different cultural group than we are, so that means that it's less likely to go there, but we'll see, It's also about distance, and they're very close, so if we can convert a bunch of people, that would be great. We have also started to annex Ordia because we need to do that for our mission tree. And one of the missions that we need to do after we already own Bal Ord is build a barracks, a dock, and a regimental camp in Bal Ord. So we're going to go ahead and build a barracks here and just get that done right now, just so that is at least partially ready. We are waiting to embrace printing press. That is a ways away. In fact, we have a larger problem than that. We need to embrace colonialism. It is currently trapped on the island of Vinail. Vinail doesn't like the rent, and it's across water, so it's not spreading at all anywhere. Canor is without colonialism, so we are going to need to develop it, unless we want to start paying some major penalties towards our techs. So we are saving up some monarch points here, and I'm not sure where exactly we're going to develop it, but it's definitely going to be somewhere in this area because we have our level 3 center of trade. I mean, I'm seeing 2 things of cloth here. We do have this silk. It's not in the state, though, is the problem. That's the only downside to it. Also, we could switch this over to fuel taxes. So I think we're probably going to want to do it in Gablain. It's a center of trade. It is farmlands. It's cloth. It's pretty valuable. I like the sound of that. Another thing that we're going to need to do for a mission is have, I believe it's 6 forts. Yes, 6 forts in the Dossanor, Ordia, or Daravans Folly area. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Silver Pass is good. That is a mountain fort. So that way, we're going to have a fort in Gulingor and a fort in Silver Pass. So anybody from Bulwar is going to have to go through 2 mountain forts, right? No matter what, to get through it. Because they both project their zone of control onto Azka Barzil. We almost go to Brazil. Almost. I do see Masked Butcher here. Unfortunately, we don't have an anti-monster CB. Otherwise, I'd beat them up for money real quick. But other than that, we're kind of chilling. We're kind of chilling at the moment. We're drilling our troops. We are going to have some rebels popping up, but we have our guys down here getting ready to mess with that. So not too bad. If we look at Coronite here, we have our Paragon Hood. So we gain Paragon Hood by honoring alliances, releasing vassals and nations, returning cords, and enacting government reforms. And it decreases by starting wars, taking provinces in peace deals, converting provinces, and purging or expelling races. So there's 3 different sets of Paragon Hit here. If you have between negative 33 and positive 33, so an equilibrium, you get -1 national unrest, +2 diplo rep, +1 yearly legitimacy, +1 yearly absolutism, 10% manpower, and true faith. If it is 33 or higher, then you gain +2 national unrest, +1 diplo rep, -0.1 yearly corruption. And if it's below 33, then you get national arrest +2, a permanent CB against neighboring heathens and heretics, and 15% manpower in true faith provinces. I'll let you guess which one I probably want. Okay, right now, the diplo rep is great. It's helping us annex our vassal faster. But after that, I love the idea of a CB on everybody near me. I think that sounds wonderful. Yeah. So I'm going to keep converting. As long as we don't go over 33, then we'll be fine. Truce with Gowed is up. That is from us putting our dynasty, but they have, unfortunately, disinherited them, and so now our dynasty is no longer going to be on the Gowedi throne. So that's cool. Glad I spent my favors on that. Very worth it. Very worth it. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are improving with neighboring countries. There's actually people that want to buy my knowledge sharing. They won't give us much money, but hey, 0.11 ducats is 0.11 ducats. I'm not selling it to the Deep Woods, though. They can suffer. because I want to annex them. And the easiest way for me to do that is to make sure that they're not catching up on tech too easily. It's still the AI, so they'll catch up, but meh, it's whatever. All right, how are our merchants feeling? Bad, very bad. Our merchants are very, very, very much not loyal. Huh. Why? They just aren't. Free enterprise. Yeah, no. They just straight up aren't. Okay. Well, in that case, let's give them private trade fleets and patronage of the arts. Just to try and get them a little bit more loyal. Here, we can summon the diet. Maybe the merchants will... They want me to have 2,000 ducats without taking loans. Yeah, sure. We're getting an all-power cost guy. All-power cost minus 2.5%. That's right, I forgot they nerfed court mages. From minus 5 to minus 2.5. Oh, rip. Rip. Yeah, I'll do what the merchants want. I want to get cheaper development. Want to get cheaper development. Also, I believe we've gotten rid of... Yes, all of the rebels up here. So let's get back to drilling and make sure we are building our professionalism up. We're at 29.2 now. Not too bad. But of course, more is always better. We'll go morale armies and we'll get him to level 2. No reason not to be hiring a level 2 guy. And we can probably go to speed 5 because we're chilling for a while at this point. While we finish converting all of this, as we just let everything kind of settle, as we convert, as we wait for the elves to not be allied to each other. So we'll just chill. Laurent has rivaled us. Okay. Not all that surprising. And look how fast we are converting. It is beautiful. Minus 50% covert action. Ooh, okay. Moonhaven, you are friendly. I'm gonna... Well, no, you have to... They have to be human for us to spread vampires. Let's max out our relations with Istralor and try and make them a vampire. We're really, really, really gonna try and target them. We could grab this cav cost reductions and cavalry to infantry ratio, but I'd rather make sure that we can develop the institution. In all honesty. And once these guys are up to 50 loyalty, then we will sell titles. And hopefully then we will have enough money to complete this, which will make the merchants super loyal, which will give us some construction cost reductions for a good amount of time, which means we can build our forts and we can build our barracks and all that for super, super cheap after we develop the institution. How old were these guys? Luciande 52, yeah, well, fun fact. Actually, that's not him. That's not Lucian. So, I'm not sure how his country's alive, but that does mean that he might not be a vampire? Is it possible? Are they no longer in the Blood Court? No, they most certainly are. It's just a different vampire. Gwed? Oh. Gwed left? He was able to kick the vampires out? Why am I even allied to you then? That's a great question. Why am I allied to him? He has 28,000 troops. Laurent has 83. Laurent seems to want to be containing me. They've allied Luciande, they've allied Wex, they've allied Dame's Crown. They don't want me to be able to expand anywhere, and I don't appreciate that. Not one bit. All right, we can sell here. That gives us our minus 10% dev cost. Our Magisters are super powerful right now, so that gives us an additional minus 7.5% all power cost. If I quickly hire this level 3 all power cost advisor, that gives us another 2.5% reduction. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it for all of the bonuses that I can snag. So it currently costs 20 to develop here. We just have minus 5 from serfdom. So we will do one click, and then we need to make sure that at 30 we expand infrastructure. And I'd rather put a bunch of Diplo and admin into this development. There we go. Colonialism has now appeared in Gablain, and we will throw that onto advancement. And we almost have the money that we need for the merchants, so we will hold off on doing anything else. I want to take Tech 10. Usually I don't care, but I do want those new cav. Considering we're using a lot of cav, gun knights are a huge jump up from our medieval knights. I mean, look at the pip difference. That's major. That's major. We definitely want to do that. All right. Let's build a spy network on Istralor. Surely this time we will be able to spread our vampires to them, and they will accept it. We are at 28 Paragon Hood, so I'm not going to manually convert anything else. I don't really want autonomy in Ibavar. I don't like any of these options. But I especially don't like rebels thinking they can tell me what to do. That's especially a big no-no. So we're going to kill them. I think that's a fair response. Yeah, I don't want to lose local tax. I don't want to lose local manpower. And I don't want to gain autonomy. So instead, I guess we'll feed you to the vampires. You know what? I think that's a better way to look at it, right? Surely. We're not killing you. We're just feeding you to the vampires. Obviously, you know, someone is getting good benefits out of this. It's not people that are alive, but it's someone. And that's got to count for something. Right? Surely. Surely. Why can't I convert this? Religious zeal. Great. That means that this gold mine is essentially useless right now. With the minus 10.3% goods produced, yeah, this gold is near useless. But eventually it will be good. Eventually. General has died. I don't really want to hire another one. No one wants to work. That was not quite the plan. True. True. Was not quite the plan. And the nobility are upset, so I can't actually revoke crown land. Nor would I want to at the moment. We could go up to stab 2. There's not really a reason to, though. Independent preachers. Ooh. So I can gain an extra missionary and lose missionary strength and lose Paragon Hood. I'm going to choose that for the Paragon Hood because I want to be with the +2 Diplo rep, so I keep annexing quickly. So we'll click that and get our Diplo rep back a bit. Apparently we have Mountain Hugger Separatists here. That's being built. We could embrace Institution. Not yet, though. Not yet. Hold. Hold. We have to get this done, and then we'll be good. Then we'll be good. I'm keeping an eye on our spy network here, so that way we can send it off immediately. The Embrace. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now, here's the problem. Isn't our heir a powerful mage? No, I think that one died. I think that one died, unfortunately. A 5/5/2 naive enthusiast, just tolerant vampire? You have been a great ally to my kind, Davan III. But what is it you truly desire? He takes his wrist and bites into it. The blood begins to drip on your carpet. Feed, and we may become allies for eternity. Davan III will become a vampire. His personalities will be cleared. Our current ruler will die, and we get vampire ruler until the death of Davan III Silviven. Chance of new heir, minus 10,000%. Sorry, Christoph. We're drinking. All right. A 000 heir, and we get plus 10% construction cost. Wow. Massive. Woohoo. Let's stab up. And our ruler is now a vampire. Bum, 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 bum. Fancy. Like, oh, yeah, we died. Oh, that's so sad. Anyways. I know it's weird that our current dude looks exactly like the old one, but it's a coincidence, I assure you. I assure you it is nothing but a coincidence. Totally different people. Totally different people. right. Would have been nice if they were a powerful mage, but hey, we'll make do. We'll make do. And there we go. We have the money from the estates. We can embrace the institution. We can seize crown land here momentarily. We're not about to max out yet. Come on, nobility. Become loyal. Please. Please. There we go. Now we can seize it. And we did that because we had plus 15% tech cost from the Magisteers. So now we do not. And I can take admin tech for pretty cheap. I mean, it is 5% more expensive. So maybe I just wait until the year tick. But it's not that big of a deal. All right, tier 5 military doctrines and organization. We're going for cavalry warfare, right? Minus 15% cav cost and 10% cavalry to infantry ratio. If we're going for the Knights of Corvuria with all their cavalry, then we will commit to that. There we go. And in 2 months' time, we can take tech. Take all techs, actually. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's Admin Tech 10 and there's Mill Tech 10. Beautiful. Now we get to choose our next idea group. And it probably should be an admin group. We have Espionage Aristocratic. I am somewhat tempted just to take admin ideas, just because we do need to conquer all of Esken. And that is a lot of admin points. Fun fact for you, that's a lot to take. I'm just looking here to see if there's anything else that I might be interested in. I can look at the other policies with like aristocratic. Actually, it'd probably be easier just to look at the individual groups. I mean, there's things like religious, but we're going to be attacking the people of our own religion, so that's probably not as worth it. I mean, there's always economic if you really wanted to take that. And the diplomat, cheaper cav, more natural tax. There's tolerance if for some reason I wanted to go tolerance. Infrastructure to give spy network construction 50%. So in total, it'd be 100% spy network construction with espionage ideas, which is nuts. We also get more governing capacity with aristocratic. No, I think we have to take admin here. We don't have to, but it's going to make our lives much, much easier and not so painful. We also get cheaper admin advisors. And we can upgrade to our gun knights and to the culverin. Vampires fill their stock is out. Let's get that back up and going. Raj is going to attack people. I could not care less what the Raj is up to right now. Maybe down the line we'll care. You know, a good ally against Persartan shits if for some reason we ever need it. But for now, yeah, I don't care. Istralor, become a vampire. I believe in you. I believe in you. Join us. Drink the blood. Do it, do it, do it. No! Bro, why does nobody else want to become a vampire? Are you telling me being an undead abomination isn't on your list of things to do? Well, what's the point of... I was going to say living, but unliving? What's the point of unliving then? What are you guys doing? You're just over here just being regular old... Oh, I know what it is. These guys are half-elves, technically speaking. They have elven blood. They think they're too good. They think they're too good to become a vampire. Okay. Yeah, no. It's fine. I see what you're about. We will not forget such slights, okay? I will remember this. I will remember this. Okay, yeah, we need 50% army professionalism for that. And 2 electors need to like me a whole bunch. Okay, let's do that mission. I mean, Istralor is clearly the closest to that. I am max Diplo relations, but we're about to annex Ordia. And then, how close is Nathalair? We can start to do this in 26. We could start to annex you right now, and you'd be done in 28. It would put us in the negative for Diplo points a lot, but it's got to happen. So we're going to start doing that. I know that's exactly what I didn't say, but that's okay. There's a bunch of money, but we need to spend our money specifically on some buildings. Could build governing capacity buildings, a whole bunch of them. Let's do that. Let's just get every building with a governing capacity building. Because we'll need it at some point, so we might as well just get it now. Conclave of Magi? Sure. You can go ahead and do that. Crazed Pariah arrives. That's fine. We can... How many... We will have some peasants rising up. But I'm sure the mercs can take care of it. Right? Surely. We're going to get back to drilling. Yeah, professionalism. And we're almost to 40. We're getting close. Getting very, very close. Do you have another mage ruler? No. I was like, wow, those guys they're lucky. Too lucky, you could say. Got my eye on you, dwarves. Yeah, I'll royal Istralar. So that's one elector that likes us a whole bunch. I could get you to like me a whole bunch. But it would probably be easier to do someone else. The Magisterium wouldn't be a bad choice. Because I believe there's a couple missions where we need them to be loyal anyways. Like us a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is either my mages personally are loyal and influential, or the Magisterium likes me. You might as well just do both, right? Better safe than sorry. Also, someone pointed out, I can build any manufacturer here to complete the mission. That includes mage towers. So perhaps that's what we should do. 266 ducats? No, sir. No, sir. That's too much. I'm all for increasing our tolerance of orcs, but not for that much money. No way. I'm a good person, but, you know, I only got so much money. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, let's build a mage tower here. And then we can complete Corvurian steel early. Then we have to develop everything to 20. Funny. Okay. Magisterium. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to ally you if I can help it. And there's the Age of Unraveling. Let's turn that off, and it is now time for the 11th Pantheonic Council. Followers of Balgard tend towards magnificent tombs. Adherents of Munus are given to the waves. Those of the Dame are buried by the light of the moon. But what kind of funeral do you give a god? That is one of many questions the 11th Pantheonic Council asked of the Regent Court has set out to answer. Every high priest of every temple has taken in the mural of Castellar in magical rendition or having gone to Aelintir to see it in person. They have seen, one or two even touched, his shattered scepter, and they have borne witness as most Canor has come to believe in his death, with not even a whisper from the gods to contest it. The gathered representatives of each god had expected discord over the claim of Castellos' death, unprecedented in the history of the court, but there was little. Even Castellos' own representative, an aged Castellarian refugee, was more relieved to finally have an answer to the question that has twisted his soul for decades: why the Silver Dragon did not come again. Instead, most of the debate has been around what happens next. Traditional Canorian succession law would have his son Adian take the throne, but that was rooted in the traditions of Castellos' favorite country, Castanor. With him gone, with that old empire gone, does it really still apply in the court of the gods? Adherents of Corin, led by Dominic of Gallows Peak, now wizened with more than 9 decades of age, but still a member of her circle, a recorder of her teachings, a speaker of her truths, argue otherwise. Instead, they claim succession would obviously be a contest based on merit, one at which surely the heroine of the Green Tide excels. Moreover, she inherited the legacy of Agrados, Castellos' brother, and thus has a dynastic claim as well. The priest of Adian's mother, Esmariel, and sister, Rayala, are quick to back the god of chivalry and righteousness. Many others, especially the priests of Nathalane and Fala, are not so sure. The debate has raged for weeks and may rage for weeks more, but on one thing, at least, there is agreement. Castellos is indeed dead. All Canor, all Halan shall mourn him, and the world will never be the same. So I can get +3 for tolerance of the true faith, and a +1 stab hit to declare war till 1522. Or I can get -2 tolerance to the true faith. The clergy loses 20 loyalty, but I get -10% idea cost. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Cheaper ideas is good. In fact, I would like the Magisters to be loyal again. If possible. Magisterium has 100 opinion of me. Hey, I can do that. Hey, don't you worry. I'm already working on it. We've got this. My army has stopped drilling. Well, that's disappointing. Turn my heir into general because, well, he ain't doing anything else. Sire's request. As a vampire spawn, Davan III is the responsibility of their sire, the vampire who granted Davan III the blood gift. As such, by vampiric tradition and custom, our king is duty-bound to follow whatever order he receives, regardless of the crown on his head or the throne he sits atop. Recently, Davan III's sires began making exorbitant demands of him, demanding they are granted privileges above and beyond that of any normal nobility. And today, another such demand arrived in Arca Corvur, deep red ink scratching out an absurd request on bone white paper. How shall the king proceed? I mean, I don't want to, but it fits the theme, right? It fits the idea. First, I'm going to take this admin idea, though. So if he could just, like, hold on for half a second. We get that +1 possible advisors and minus 20% cavalry cost and plus 10% cav to infantry ratio. It also makes a national idea. Holders of the Sapphire Key. The Sapphire Key was once the badge of office for the Castellans of Baldoston, the greatest castle in Dostonor. Now it is a symbol of royal power and the duty of the kings to protect Corvuria from the threats beyond. 20% fort defense. Okay, now. I mean, I really am enjoying having this governing reform progress. But I don't want to take loans, so we'll sell titles here. I must oblige. Yes, yes, yes. We'll do what the vampire asked. Whatever. Also, we are done integrating our vassal. Perfect. How is that going to do for our governing capacity? Yeah, it's not going to be great. Let me tell you what. It's not going to be great. But I am going to state this up. This stuff, technically speaking, we could trade company it. And I think we will. Just so I can get more trade power out of it. Even Rayuel, I think we trade company. The whole state. The whole state. Just because I want the trade power, so I can maybe start stealing trade from here. Yeah. And now I need to repair Balord. In order to do that... Actually, I think they already did it. Castinorian Citadel? Yeah, they already fixed it. Okay. Thank you, Ordia, for spending 150 ducats. The White Tower of Balord is the main line of defense in the south. Making sure this weathered fort has the strength necessary to keep the undesirables out will prove vital to our expansionist interests. 1 stability, 3 development, minus 25% local autonomy, and gain 50 military power. All right, now Balord needs to get some development done, but yeah, we're behind on tech. We have ideas to take, so that development may have to wait. At the very least, until after we've integrated Nathalair. But again, I don't want to integrate them until it's been culture converted. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second. They've got Dame's Tier. I want Dame's Tier. I'd love a bit of Dame's Tier myself. Boy, I love Dame's Tier. Do I need to keep these allies after I've allied them? Siege ability, aggressive expansion impact. It just allows us to move into the Empire. And who's Emperor right now? Still a Stalin, who's allied to Istralor and to Silverforge. So if I wanted to say go to war with Arnanen, we would be going to war with quite a bit of people, but like, I've got allies too, you know? And I was thinking about it, maybe we don't dismantle the Empire. Not because we couldn't. It would not be difficult for us to do so. But because once we dismantle the Empire, it's going to be very easy to accomplish our goals. At least with the Empire, there will be something there to prevent us from just taking this, all of this, right? Like, yeah, aggressive expansion will somewhat slow us down, but with no Empire, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. So if we keep it around, at least it means we have to focus more on our expansion in Eskin rather than focusing on expanding over here. It might be more interesting, I think, if we let them live. So we're throwing on purpose, I guess. We're throwing for content. Aha, look at that. That's right. But we're doing it on purpose. All right, we are over our force limit by 1. So let's delete You guys, move you up to drill. Let's ally the Magisterium real quick. There we go, and we can now complete Enthrall the Electors. The combined forces of the Empire are too much for us to take on in one invasion. Fortunately, there are those with power that may be convinced to look the other way. For 30 years, we have minus 0.05 monthly war exhaustion, 15% siege ability, and minus 25% aggressive expansion impact. Yes, please. And the Aldresian Path. We already own all the provinces in the Rotwall area, which I believe is right here. Yes. All right. The Order Aldresia was founded to protect the lands that would one day be Anbennar against a plague of undeath called the White Pestilence, which had originated in our lands. While the pestilence is long gone, the Aldresian Knights still treat our people with contempt, as if we were the still plagued, or worse, undead. Imagine us being undead. That'd be crazy. They now serve as the first line of defense for the Empire, and before us will serve nothing more than the first stone on the road to domination. Permanent claim in the Forlorn Vale region. In which case, yeah, we are going to need some land from our allies here. Plural. Oh, I don't like how Goed's making their way into Eskin. I do not want to have a strong Goed. Strong Goed bad. Oh, wow. This gives us a permanent claim on the Ismeria region? Dang. Maybe I should get rid of the Empire. No. We won't do it. We'll let them live for now. But I think that's all the time we have for today. A little bit more chilling out. You know, I'm eyeing the elves here, and I'm thinking maybe we move into Elfland. Luciande is going to die, but if we fight Luciande, well, that means we have to fight Laurent. So maybe we have to kick Laurent around a little bit. We'll see. But that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.